Okay, let's try to understand few methods on string which are very frequently used. Let's try to understand index of substring, concat, replace, and trim. Okay, so suppose you have okay, suppose let's comment these things whatever we have done so far in the string. Let's comment for as of now. Okay, suppose I say string str is equal to, again this is my string program. Okay, so string dot index of is the method which will give you the position of any character or string that you are looking for. Okay, so it has a lot of overloaded method here. So if you pass in say any character and try to find out the position of that, you can pass the string, you can pass the character, and then it's from index, okay, or string and it's from index. So the one which is very frequently used, that is you are giving a kind of a string. Say I'm giving, I want to find out index of my. Okay, so if I do print it, so the position here starts from 0. Okay, so it will look for position, it will start looking from position 0 and then it will try to find out my. Okay, so this is at position 8. So what does it mean? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So T is at 0, H1, I2, S3, like that. My M starts with at position 8. So this is how you can find out index of. So there is something called last index. So str dot last index of this string. Okay, if you print this, you will again get 8, because here my last index means what is the last occurrence of my. So suppose I write here one more my, so it should give you the last one, that is 18. So if there are multiple string in the same, if there are multiple occurrences of the same string in a given string, so it will find out the last index of that. Okay, let's try to see something more. We have something called char at. So char at will give you the character on that position, so on that index. Suppose on 8 I want to find out, I should be getting M here. Okay, because we have seen here my is that starts with at position 8. Okay, so char at will give the value where it will give the value of that character available on that index. Okay, let's try to do something. So if I say char at $1,000, so if you see from here till this place, the index is, of course it seems that it is less than 1000. So if I try to find out character at position 1000, so it should not give me any value, but it should but it should give me some error. So the error it gives is that is string index out of bounds exception. So it means that at this position, this is uh, beyond the index that this string can have. So when you do this kind of searching, you need to be careful about um, what is the length of my string. So if I say I want to find out last one, so I will say str dot length. So if I say length here, the length is, let's print the length of this string, str dot length. So it gives 28. Okay, so 28, if I try to find out character at 28, it should give me the error again, because it starts from 0 and 28 the length, so last character will be at position 27. So I should say length minus 1. Then I should be able to get the value of last n. Okay, this is the last n. Okay, let's try to see something more. If I say str dot replace, so replace means I can replace one string or one character sequence to another sequence. So remember that in string everything is character of array. So if you see here in the documentation of string, which is a character of array, the value is finally a character of array. So whatever you are storing in the string, that is array, character of array. So here I want to replace my with your. Okay, so here what I am trying to say, I will, when I print it, it has replaced all the value which is with your, with what is well, it will replace all the values which are with mine and replace to your. Okay, remember that this search is always case sensitive. If I try to find out capital M, I should not be able to replace anything. Okay, so, and this is immutable. Okay, any operation on str is string is immutable. So if I try to find out, if I try to, because I have replaced here my with your, let's see str is replaced or not. The value of str should show original value, because it is immutable. I should be still seeing that this is my string, my program, so it has not replaced. Okay, so what we can do here, we could we need to say, we need to assign it back, saying that str equal to str dot replace my with your. Then if I print it, then I should be seeing that finally string has been modified. Okay, that this kind of behavior we have already seen. Okay, so there is something called replace all. Replace all is required when you are trying to do the, when you are handling the regular expression. So this may be questions asked, what is the difference between replace and replace all. So replace all is, replace is used to do the normal replacement of the string, and replace all will be used for regular expression. Okay, so in replace also, if you see, there are a lot of, you can replace with character itself. Suppose I want to replace the character, I will give character with another character, m with say p. Okay, then you will see that all the m will be replaced with p. So this is py, wherever p is there, wherever m was there, it will replace to p. Okay, so if I want to convert to uppercase, so there is a method called to lowercase or to uppercase. So it will convert whole the string into desired case. So if I say to lowercase, I should be seeing everything in lowercase. If I say to uppercase, it will be doing other way. This is required where sometime you need to change the case of your string. Okay, let's try to see something. str.trim. So if you see, trim has no overloaded method, so it has only one trim. So it will do the trim of left and right. If you have some space on left and some space on right, then if you try to print it, it will remove the spaces. So before this, if you see here, it is a space over here and it is a space over here as well. After program also there is a space, but here there is. Okay, if you see the difference, after this line there is a space, but this is trimmed one. How we can see? Let's try to put some column like this, then you will be able to see that it is properly trimmed or not. Okay, I should be seeing that no space after this column and no space before this column, then you will come to know that yes, this is properly trimmed. Okay, so there is this does the left trim and right trim both, but it does not trim any space in between the string. If there is any space in between the string, it will not do the trim. Okay, and there are other methods also. Say one is very much used here, split. So split is basically split method is basically to convert content of the string to store into a array. So suppose I say this is my string program. Let's give some grammatically corrected sentence. So this is my string program. If I say string str.split, so these values will come into a array. So that will convert into array of string. So if I say split, here I need to give the regular expression. It means that I can give the split on what basis I want to split. So here I will give the separator as this one. So it will convert that one into array. So here it is printing the value of that array. So what we need to do, we need to loop it for int I equal to 0, I less than str.split dot length I plus plus. If you see here, this length and this length is method on a string, but this length is a operator to give that length of the array. So it doesn't have parenthesis, but this has parenthesis. This is basically method. This is kind of a operator on that array. So it will give you length of that array. What I want here, because I have already splitted it, so it will convert into array. Let's take it into a variable str split, because I need that variable that will give me a string. Okay, that will give me a array of the string. So let's put this one to here, and let's put sop saying that str I. Okay, so it will print you the value available in that array. So this says that this is my string. Suppose I want to do the split on some other string. So let's give, if I want to give s. Okay, let's see here what happens here. It says that this is my, okay, then string program. So what it is trying to find out this value s, and before that it will convert whatever value after. It will split based on this character, okay, based on this string. So this value will come in one and this value will come in other. So array will have 2. So if you see here, this array will have size 2. If I want to find out the size of this array, str array dot length, then it should come 2. Okay, and this will split that string into 2 parts. So it depends whatever separator you are using. Let's use again space. So I should see that there are 6. Okay, how it is 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fine. Let's try to understand something more about. In wrapper classes we have said that we can convert from a string to other values. So let's say that I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4 some integer dot should will convert from long to whatever value you have given. Suppose you are giving an integer, so it will give you the string format of that. Okay, suppose you are giving float, that will give you float. So this is how you can convert from integer to string. Okay, so let's try something more. So if I give str dot substring, there is method called substring which will give you the part of the string. So to get the part of a string, you need to provide the beginning index from where you want to get the substring until where you want to get the string. So if I say substring, I want to find from 4th position. So what it does, if we take 0 1 2 3 4th, from here till here it should print. Let's see. Okay, so it prints from here to here. Okay, so you can give a end position also. Suppose you want to find out from 4 to 7, for example. So that is this one. After getting this one, you can trim also. So you can apply chain of the methods. Okay, so you can do the trim. Then also you can do the sub str. So it is like chain of the methods you are applying trim on a method. Okay, so only thing to remember is that whenever you are giving the index, make sure that you are not giving anything more than the length of the string, otherwise it will give you the index bound exception. Suppose you are giving here more than the length, then it should give me the error. Okay, whenever you are not sure what is till what I need to find the substring, use that str dot length and -1, then it will be safe. Okay, so here you want to find out till this position. If you give here length, in this case of substring you can give till that position, till the length of the string. Let's see some other things. Okay, so value parseInt and parsefloat is not available in the string, that is available in your when you are using that float or integer wrapper class. So let's try to see some string builder, string buffer and string tokenizer. We have already seen the string split. So as we know that string is immutable, so to avoid the immutable effect we will use the string buffer and string builder. So there are two things, string buffer and string builder. String buffer is synchronized and non-synchronized I will tell you when I will explain about threads. So for now you can understand synchronization. Synchronization is a concept where you are trying to access some resource, but at a time only one thread can access that resource, other thread has to wait. So if I use a string buffer here is equal to new string buffer. So when I say new string buffer, I can pass the string if I want to pass the str here. It means that at a time only one thread can use this buffer, other thread has to wait when this particular buffer object is in use. So that's synchronization. I will tell you in later when I will explain about threads. So the benefit of using string buffer or string builder is to get the mutability. So if you see here, buffer dot append, I am appending. In case of string I use concat to concat few more string. In the case of string buffer there is a method called append. Append is you can keep on appending character, string or anything, if you see there are a lot of overloaded methods here. Okay, you can use based on your use case. Okay, so I am using append. Say I have taken, let's take example of only one word here, then I append Prasad. Okay, in case of string buffer, if I do sys out, I should see that it is muted now. Okay, if I print it, I should be able to see that concatenated value, which was not possible in case of using the string. So that's here it is mutable. Okay, so that is the purpose of using string buffer. Instead of using string concat, you can use string buffer dot append. So because this is very much efficient, this is fast also, and this is memory efficient. It is not creating another objects whenever you are trying to manipulate the content. So string buffer has other methods also, replace, reverse. So reverse method is not available in a string. It is only available in the string buffer and string builder. Those string buffer and string builder are very much similar classes. Only difference is that string buffer is synchronized, string builder is not synchronized. So if I use reverse here and if I print it, I should be seeing that this value has been changed. So first it is Shiv, then it was appended to Prasad, then that value is reversed. So it is keep on you are changing the content, and this is still the object is same, reference is same, the value has been modified continuously. There are other methods on string buffer. Okay, so they're like caret, mostly all the capability of a string, mostly all the capability of a string is available in string buffer or string builder. So index of, last index, you can use the insert. Okay, suppose you want to insert something on some position, you can use that. You can use reverse. A lot of methods are there. There is something called trim to size also. When in case of string, when you select trim, it will just do the left and right trim, but it will not remove any data from there. It will only remove the white spaces. So when I say trim to size, suppose I give so basically it is wide method. So what we do, it will trim to size. So let's see that what is happening here. Because it is return type is white, I cannot put into there. So let's see what is the effect. There is no effect. So what exactly it does? Let's read it. So it's basically attempts to reduce the storage used for the character sequence. It is buffer. If the buffer is larger than necessary to hold its current sequence of the character, then it may be resized to become more space efficient. Calling this method but is not required affect the value returned by subsequent call to the method. So it is more on saving the memory. Okay, so internally if you if you say buffer dot trim to size, internally it will manage the space, so it will not impact on the when we try to visualize on the output. It is completely on JVM side. Okay, so like that you have a string builder. The only difference between string builder and string buffer is string builder is not synchronized, only string buffer is synchronized. Okay, so you will have similar kind of output for string builder as well. Fine, let's keep some okay, so these are the output of the actions whatever I performed on string builder. Okay, there is something called a string tokenizer. String tokenizer is available in java.util. String buffer, it is available in java.lang. Okay, so you must be knowing about what are the packages available. So if you see imports here, only util package is imported here, that is string tokenizer. So a string tokenizer is kind of string split. So it will basically tokenize your whole string, and it based on the iteration you can find the value of that tokens. So it will basically create the tokens from your string. So if I say string tokenizer is equal to new string tokenizer, I'm giving length, I'm giving the string something like this. This is my program again. Okay, so and we need to give here, there is another parameter called delimiter. This is something like, as I said, string dot split, then I need to give the regular expression, that is the delimiter or separator here. So I am giving delimiter here as this one. Then there is another parameter called boolean, return delimiter or not. So generally it is false. It means that it will not return the delimiter. Okay, now it is tokenizer has been created. What I need to do, I need to say that has more element. So we need to loop it while tokenizer has more element. What we need to do, tokenizer dot next element. Okay, we can print it. So let's put one. Okay, so it says that this is my program. Okay, so this is very much similar to tokenizer, string split. If you see here, string tokenizer, it was introduced in JDK 1.0, and string dot split, it came in JDK 1.4. So before this Java 1.4, people were using string tokenizer to tokenize the content of the string and try to manipulate the content. But when string split was available in 1.4, people started using string split. That is efficient. Okay, so this is all about few things about detail about string, how to use string tokenizer, string builder, string buffer, why we use when. Okay, so we will see in next video. We will take few real-time string problems and we'll solve them using Java program.